Mahna Mahna. Do 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 do. Mahna Mahna. Do 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 do. Mahna Mahna. Do 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 do. Smelting up my ores. Hi everybody. I'm Crazy Eddie, and this is Terra Firma. And it looks as if we are just about ready to build this blast furnace. Pretty close anyway. I've got lots of iron ore and I am busy smelting that into enough ingots to make all the sheets I need. And we're doing pretty good on charcoal. As you can see, we have a full wall of it, and we have another batch of it burning here in the pit. We're going to need another 25 ore to get on with this. So I'll be spending a while smelting this up, and I can do that off camera. Okay, so I have all the iron I need for this smelted up, and I have been busily making it into plates and double plates, and I am very nearly finished with it. And as you can also see, I've pretty much memorized the hammer strikes for making a metal sheet. And now that we have those made, I am now ready to make the crucible itself. Just like that. You'd think it would need some kind of cooking, but that's it. Crucible's done. And we're ready to turn this into a blast furnace. Just like that. And I'm going to let this cool down before I stick it on top of here, but I still have a chimney to make. And I have these fire bricks with which to do it. And I also have plenty of mortar in here. And that gives us 4 fire bricks. And we can go ahead and start with expanding the chimney. Although, I think I should get some sleep and wait till daytime. Because I'm going to have to make holes in the roof. And I don't need zombies falling through it while I'm working. That would be really distracting. Now, I'm not sure if we have to have a completely unblocked chimney with the blast furnace or not. Perhaps I should have spent more time reading up on this before I actually did it, but where's the fun in that? And I also need to leave room for the metal plates that I'm going to be putting on the outside. And I might still have not planned this perfectly. I'm going to have to redo these fences anyway. Because it's quite possible that I might still have some holes in the roof when I'm done. That's okay, that can be down there. I'm not entirely sure what kind of gaps we require here. I mean, I know that I have to have these iron plates on the sides of the chimney. Like that. And I'm hoping that I will just be able to put some blocks on top of these gaps. It's not always easy to tell what's required with multi-blocks. But we've got this. And so I should be able to just place this down here. Used chest plates can't be smelted, by the way, just in case you're wondering. And it didn't pop off, so I think we're doing good. I still had to make a tuyere. And it would be nice if I could still... Well, it may not be necessary to shield that from the rain. And if that's the case, this is about ready to go. The only problem being that the ore has to be fed in from the top. But before I do that, I have to make a tuyere, which is French for little metal tube. So I also need to see whether the actual forge will work like this. I have, in fact, managed to go through all of that charcoal that I had against the wall at the beginning of this episode. So that was fun. And a wrought iron tuyere is made from a double sheet, which means I need 4 more ingots, which fortunately I have. All right. So we'll heat that up and make our tuyere. And then I will go find some charcoal and ore and flux. I have plenty of flux. Fortunately, I can pound it straight out of chalk. And then drop it in and see what happens. And tuyere. But we're not quite done yet. We need another bellows over here. I could just break this bellows and move it back and forth, but I may as well just have a separate one there. I just made some leather, so yeah, that's pretty easy. All right. We'll just put up a different lamp in here for lighting. Like that. And it looks as if we're ready to throw some stuff in here. So it takes equal amounts of throwing a knife in the blast furnace just doesn't really help much. It takes equal amounts of charcoal, ore, and flux. And it seems like it takes 4 chunks apiece per layer of chimney, which so far seems to be working all right. I need to harvest these trees, but right now I want to light this up and see what happens. Which we should be able to do just like that. And so we have our ore and charcoal heating up. And we're going to want to get this good and hot, which is why we have a bellows on the side of it. And if you're on a multiplayer server, you may want to have multiple bellows on your blast furnace so you can have a friend help you. If you're wondering, yes, this is actually my first time making pig iron with the blast furnace. It's in fact the first time I've ever gotten this far on Terra Firma craft. And it looks as if I'd better throw some more charcoal in there. And maybe some more flux as well. And we'll see if that ore drops down in there when it heats up again. Well, we had some ore come down. We have 3/4 of an ingot of pig iron. So yeah, we have ore coming down, and I need to throw in some more charcoal. And I need to go faster than this. A dispenser would be really cool here, wouldn't it? And it looks as if the blast furnace has gone out. But I still have an ingot of pig iron. So I'm going to see if I can't get that. So I'm going to see if I can't get that into a cast. And see if I can't get some more ore out of here. And I have ingot casts down here. Just throw in here and see what happens. All right. Now we've got that. We want it to cool down till it's not a liquid. In the meanwhile, I'm going to keep this heating up until we get the rest of this ore out. Which should be enough for another ingot. Okay, and that is out. And we should be able to refine this into a steel ingot. Just like that, high carbon steel, which we can refine further into a steel ingot. Which we can't really work on this anvil because it's made of wrought iron. And I think we need a steel anvil now. Which means I'm going to be spending a while running back and forth. Throwing ore and charcoal and flux into this thing. out of charcoal, and it's night outside. Okay, so I do have all the pig iron ingots I need, and right now I am heating them up and making them into steel ingots. But while I'm waiting for these to heat up, I figured I might as well just go over the procedure for the blast furnace again. Of course, per layer you can put in 4 pieces of ore and flux and charcoal, at which point I would ignite it with a fire starter, and then wait for it to get about halfway to the top, and then go back up and throw 2 more pieces of charcoal in there. And that is when I come down and start working the bellows, 1 time every 3 seconds, and every once in a while check on the heat and make sure it's staying right about here, and watch for the ore to come down every once in a while. And the ore usually comes down right about the time the charcoal runs out, but before the blast furnace cools off. So right about the time that you would expect to give up on it, that's when the pig iron drips down into the crucible, at which point you'll want to catch it with your ingot casts. So yeah, that's about as simple as I can make it. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to finish refining all these ingots. Into steel ingots. And once I get that done, I'll be welding them together into double ingots. And then I'll be ready to make my anvil. Alright, we have the last 2 steel that we need for the anvil. Welded together. And we will just cool these off. And steel anvil, which means we're ready to pick this one up, put this one down, and put this one in a shelf. And that should leave us nearly ready to make 3 tools. All in all, steel is a lot of work to make, even once you've got the blast furnace. So I will probably just stick with it, with using it just for the stuff where recipes call for it. But since I do have these 3 ingots made already, I believe I will go ahead and see how good a tool I can get out of it. So just as soon as I get this one refined down, let's make a scythe head. And we need a bend, a draw, and a hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bend, draw, hit. And I will also make an axe head and a pickaxe. Because what kind of fool works steel and doesn't make a pickaxe? And pickaxe head. So let's put some sticks on these and see how many uses we can get out of them. I mean, these things may last so amazingly long that it's actually worth it to go to the extra effort to make it. So we have a pickaxe that's almost new, wrought iron, 2248 uses. And the steel pickaxe has 4,300. So yeah, that might actually be worth doing. So, there you have it. Our blast furnace, steel ingot, steel anvil, and steel tools. Next episode, I really hope to work on some redstone. Because I think it's very close to time to get technological. Until then, have some fun, build something cool, and have a nice day.